obviously there's a lot of utility too in Mana Link for pretty much like all these heroes. It just allows your Lycan to further chase out as well. And usually there's a lot of different pairings that you can do for it. You're not pigeonholed into anything with this Coddle. And it allows you to play very fast around the map. Because he's one of the few support 5 positions that can farm and just shove out waves non-stop.
I think Coddle is one of the best supports in the game at playing from behind.
And now we have an idea now why they picked.
Oh my god.
This is why they picked the and they're laughing now, like they're smiling, like you saw Fear smile, Bulba smile.
That is so disgusting. And that can go a couple different. That might be a Kornaga.
What? I think that's definitely a Kornaga.
I still think you can run. I actually think I've seen Sumail play Tusk a couple times, so I think you can still run Tusk Kornaga support. But yeah, I would lean toward a Kornaga as well. I just think this is such a sick EG draft. I think Coddle. If I learned one thing about Coddle from Liquid playing at TI is that Coddle is probably the best support in the game at playing from behind because he gives you guaranteed split push.
I think that's
has to be a Kornaga.
I think
Misery will play Coddle and will play Tusk, right?
No, yeah. Well, probably, but I'm going to hold off on it in a minute because I have seen Sumail Tusk in the past.
Sure, I think it's like 95% because they have no Navi's not gonna cash it. This is a very free Naga game.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I think this Naga is more of an issue.
It's interesting when I've listened to your draft analysis for like the last couple of events. You tend to focus on if there's one core hero that just has a completely free game, and those have usually been right.
Yeah.
Is there something about has that always been the case, or do you think that that's something more about?
You can do some outplay stuff at the same time, but like it kind of if there's like one hero that like absolutely stomps the game and it's really hard to win, then it's like certain games you see a TB and there's no counters to it. He's just gonna win the game. And then there are other games where the cores just match up well, or you get a sense of like how they're gonna approach the fights, and it might be a little bit different as a result.
They tied up with the tide.
So I don't think this is
Kornaga.
or unless our tour is gonna or Fear gonna play or Tide. So they see the reason why they see this Naga. Like this NS, he actually can't kill her.
And so
the only way is the Void Chrono, but even that is like it's considered slow because it's a very long cooldown. Like this guy's gonna have to go like Battle Fury, Shadow Blade or something, and just like pick this Naga off. But it's unreliable because if whoever plays the Naga is somewhat careful, then but even that is like it's considered slow because it's a very long cooldown. Like this guy's gonna have to go like Battle Fury, Shadow Blade or something, and just like pick this Naga off. But it's unreliable.
You have some sort of static lane configuration that's gonna totally shut down the Naga and delay her Radiance to the point where that gets offset, and they just don't.
You need to aggro this or something like that, and then maybe you have a chance. So Navi goes through this DP because they understand the kind of like where this game stands for them. Like they have to play fast and try to end this.
Do you quick question before we get your views on the draft? Do you have nicknames for any of the heroes that aren't the actual nicknames of the heroes when you're playing with friends?
I mean, Tidehunter's Watermelon.
Right, exactly. Okay, so do you know what Az is for Cole?
What?
Alan.
Al. I like that.
I'm sorry, buddy. It was just one of those things I had to kind of reveal, just get it off my chest. Just because, Who's playing Alan? Right, exactly. And it's just fun. Do you know what Az is for Cole?
What?
Alan.
So against them, and out of spite, but I think you will win this.
Yeah, okay. I think this is 80-20.
Yeah? Yeah. Okay, alright, thank you very much, gents. Let's head towards our first game and leave you in the capable hands of our commentary team, who takes the advantage in game number 1.
Thank you very much, Red. And here we have EG versus Na'Vi, an incredibly exciting series and some incredibly exciting picks. Yeah. Well, maybe more towards the sort of, no, I won't say the emote, but the Nagasaran sleepy side of it, potentially, with the way that they've decided to go. But they've got a lot of high octane action as well. They have that Lycan that we've seen EG have a bit of success with recently, Fear on it, of course. But yeah, this RTZ core Nagasaran. Talk to me about this, Trent. Why have EG decided to do it, and why is it good this game?
I mean, it looked great. I thought Blitz had a lot of great examples there on the panel in terms of the illusion clear. Didn't look very good for Na'Vi. They already had that Coddle too, and that's when you're like, huh, Coddle, they don't play that very often. I wonder what their plan is with this. And then it comes out with the Naga. So a hero that used to be much more common, way more powerful and popular, but she kind of fell off due to certain nerfs and everything. But Coddle is one hero that's always been so good at enabling the Naga Tyrant. Early on in the game, she wants to rush into that Radiant. She can't afford to go for Boots of Travel. But this Coddle guy, he pulls her all around the map. Come over here, farm some creeps. Oh, come over here, farm some more creeps.
We're certainly going to see RTZ get a lot of farm, for sure, with the way that they can play. Na'Vi's lineup, though, some very comfortable heroes, of course, for themselves, as the panel was saying. We have that Crystallize, Face This Void.
Yeah,
the final finishes, the Den DDP. You were saying to me you wanted to see sort of a bit of damage come out with the final pick. Do you kind of feel that the Death Prophet fills that void that you felt Na'Vi had?
Well, someone has to fill the Void's Chronosphere.
That is true.
So, hey, we'll hope that she can get it done.
I did that you did with what I did.
That was nice. Yeah. Wow, alley-oop, I believe, or a one-timer, as we say in Canada. But I think Crystallize probably a relatively rough game. Not only is the Naga Coddle, of course, good in a combination, both Naga and Coddle are very annoying for Faceless Void. Yeah. When it comes to Faceless Void, you're going to be throwing up that song, dealing with the Chrono, and then you just can bounce either the heroes from Na'Vi. You can actually bounce into the Chronosphere to disrupt them during that, or you can bounce the Faceless Void out. And that's along with, you're blinding them, right? And not gonna be a fun time. He would have to build into like a Manta or something to deal with that. These poor heroes that like to just pound away in a team fight, like a Night Stalker or something, he can't afford anything to deal with that, so that reduces some of his damage. Overall, just not a very fun time. And then you look towards, hey, there's actually some more team fight from EG. We're dealing with the Ravage just flying over on top of that, so Song setting that all up. And if there have been two heroes that have looked good for EG, it's a Fear Lycan and a Crit Tusk. So overall, I have a very hard time handing this one over to the side of Na'Vi. But if they can get that speed, maybe find a bit of momentum, use those first few exorcisms exceptionally well, and take some objectives, they could find the win here.
Absolutely. And if there's any of maybe anyone that can fill and hit the Chronos that he used to, even in games like this where it's hard, it's going to be Crystallize. First blood though, Seneca out of position, Crit blocks his path off with the shards. Misery will claim first blood. Careful down. I mean, EG we've seen recently have been very good at this sort of lane composition where they do have RTZ farming on the aggressive, Crit sitting around with him, and to be fair, a lot of the time both supports hovering around him during this lane stage, and it's worked a lot of times for EG here this time.
Yeah, and for the that tempo that they kind of require for Na'Vi, they've decided to put that Night Stalker in the off lane. They want to use the actual full lane to him to give him as much of an acceleration as possible, so he's going to be strong enough to propel you into that mid game where you know you're going to need this control to actually take this victory. But that means he's in a pretty bad matchup versus a Tidehunter. Sumail's going to have a fully free lane. He can bully that guy a lot.
Roger. Towards RTZ, they do have the Paralyzing Cask as well as Crystallize coming in. And they should be able to get this one. RTZ taken down as quickly as I was saying how well they've been running it here with these aggressive sort of lanes. They can't afford to do that, giving away RTZ's life on the aggressive. So Na'Vi finding a dream kill really for them in their own safe lane.
Roger gonna try to tap something mid here, but you can see Fear. He's at the 1-0-2, so if this level 3 Lycan, he can lane anywhere. That wonderful region he gets from the Barrel Impulse. It's a full wrap from the Sand King now.
Yeah, they have got the Maledict onto Miseries. Roger going forward with the Burst Strike. See if they have enough damage. Crystallize looking to close the gap as well on the sidelines. Crit RTZ going on to Seneca, but he goes straight with the heads up TP out. He'll escape. Misery won't be quite as fortunate. Na'Vi get the kill. Also at the same time, Na'Vi were able to find EG's courier. I believe maybe Denny moving in on the mid lane was able to take it down. Bottom lane, Na'Vi, they're not done. They come back in with a 2-man Barrow Strike. They're still trying to trade hits with RTZ. Will be forced back by the looks of it. But Na'Vi, second kill, taking the courier out. These are some big things for the laning stages of Na'Vi.
Even with the removal of Poor Man's Shield, Naga Siren still very tanky in the lane. 7 armor just to start with. Already has the magic wand as well, so they got that first kill on RTZ. The next one certainly won't be as easy.
Thank you. In a moment. 2 of them, then D and Fear. 119 for 7 on the DP, and in that 1v1 matchup time being.
The more you start to think about this game though, and it's just like this Lycan and this Naga and this Coddle, so much wave push, so much lane push, just shoving them out from their side of the map, forcing heroes back from Na'Vi to deal with it, and then you look at who's going to handle that. I mean, your best options are basically Crypt Swarm and a Sand King. And overall, it's just not going to be able to keep at that same pace, so they got to find that momentum here. Things have gone well so far.
About the Sankey as well, came with the Burrow Strike, onto crit. They have the Maledicts, a lot of right clicks as well. He should be fine with the Fountain Generation as he TP straight back out. So they're able to take away the bounty ring that Crit was looking for inside the Navi's half of the map. Lane Roger and Snako. You're looking to play on Arteezy, a little bit off there. Get back his spam. Roger realizes his error as they will back away. I mean, even if it did connect, unlikely really they would get the kill because Arteezy would in that situation. But mid lane, we're seeing, you know, Genting, he was able to force Fear out of the lane. Fear had to go all the way back to base, and the CS difference just continues. Top lane, Sumail in general manning up with one another. Sumail will come out on top with the magic wand. So Sumail does get that 1v1 kill. So certainly good things happening for EG on the top lane. The mid lane, definitely not so much. I guess it's expected that the Lycan's going to struggle, but Fear is really falling behind. Bottom lane, Crystallized, just as Time Walk came back up cooldown, was still not able. They have the control taken down. But again, look, Fear comes into the middle lane and forcing him back very aggressively. Dendi taking great control of this 1v1.
Yeah, and he's still struggling to get into that ring of health. And as we all know about Lycan these days, he does not like buying boots early. He wants that helm as soon as possible. The boots don't do anything for your ultimate anyway, and that's when you're making your moves across the map. So that feels like some wasted gold. But when you're laning against a Death Prophet, boots tend to be pretty handy. So very nice start for Dendi.
It's a very hard lane for Fear. I mean, a little surprised we haven't really seen EG try and offer a little bit of a help for him in the mid lane with regards to maybe crit moving across, but I guess they just see more value in trying to make sure that Arteezy does get the farm down here. And he is. He's 23 for 7 on the Naga Siren. Is ahead of Crystallizes for it, sitting 16 for 6 at this time being, but definitely he does not have the same lead that is going the way of Na'Vi in that mid.
And although he went down in the top lane, I'm actually pretty fine with the way that General's been playing up there.
He's getting a lot of farm. He's getting a lot out.
He's playing nice and aggressive too, so he's not just like backing away from the anchor smashes and being too forced back off of it. Now the problem will be once he actually hits 6 on the Tidehunter, he could just, you know, think about going for some solo kills. Constantly threatening with that Ravage.
He's still sitting down here with Arteezy. There's the wraparound for Na'Vi. Roger with the emphasis, looking for an opening. Goes straight in with the Burrow Strike onto Arteezy. Maledicts to follow through as well. They have the cast. I need a couple of good bounces really to get the kill, and they don't get it. No bounces. The cast back towards Arteezy, so he'll be able to walk away. Escape. General
like this.
Already coming over to the mid lane during this night time, bullying Fear, making sure that Fear is kept behind and will continue to struggle to try and catch up. Lane again, Roger looks for another Burrow Strike. Snako once again with the Maledict. Will they get the bounces that they need? No. The cast bounces down bottom. It doesn't matter. The Crystallized comes in with the Time Walk, gets the bash. Arteezy taken down. Another kill for Na'Vi's tri-lane safe lane.
Yep, and why is this happening? Because Crit's been kind of pulled in towards that mid lane. There's this issue with the Death Prophet versus the Lycan. Crit's like, well, if you're going to jungle, I want to absorb these lane creeps in the mid. That's kind of a waste. And so with just 2 heroes down bottom, much easier for him to pressure and kill Arteezy. So now we have Dendi and Crystallized getting a little bit of room here.
Top lane though, of course, Sumail pretty much sitting there at top of CS. 42-12 on this Tidehunter. We've seen it many times before in this land. Sumail has just had some absolutely amazing games where he's been able to pull the team through. The sort of question is, can he do it on a Tidehunter?
Yeah, that is the real question. It's like, you think of this one like a puck or something, or even like a clockwork. He's done very well on so far with his off-lane plays here.
Yeah, we'll be.
Yeah, he's losing a Burrow Strike, so no big D.
Na'Vi don't get the kill, but yeah, forcing him to use that, it always sort of eliminates the threat of a Lycan.
Oh, I like how he TP'd top too. They want to try and set up a kill.
Okay. See what they can do. There is the big Tidehunter. He's level 7, 4 points in the Anchor Smash, has the Ring of Health, but they're going to give it a try with the Maledict. Oh, okay, with that amount of magical damage, it's going to be more than enough to make sure that Sumail will probably just turn with the Ravage. He's looking for return kills, but he won't quite be able to get it. Na'Vi get away with the kill and don't lose a single member.
That feels bad when you're playing Tidehunter. That's one of the worst. The first Ravage isn't that important for sure, but you really want to try and use it just for a free kill, because it always feels like a freebie, you know? Someone's always playing too close to you and they think, oh, he's not going to waste Ravage just to kill me.
Bottom lane, looking for Crystallized. Doesn't have time. Damage flying through from Misery and Arteezy. Should be fine for now. Quite level 6 on that Void. Rotations from Na'Vi support. Snako, Roger moving towards the mid lane. He's putting the pressure on. Sumail's TP'd in, but of course there is no Ravage. He's got to be careful in case the supports find an opening onto him. Bottom lane, EG looking to dive straight in onto Crystallized. Does still have the Time Warp, but he's rooted up to get the chance to pop it off. He pops those 1 charges. That looks like it's still on cooldown, so won't be able to escape. EG are able to claim the life of Crystallized. Same time, Na'Vi do take the tier 1 town. Trades continue at 1k lead at the moment for Na'Vi, but very, very close. Sumail, you say he needs to do something big with the Ravages, so we'll keep our eyes on him in 80 seconds and see what he's able to do when it's back up and where he looks to make an effect. EG though, with that kill onto Crystallize, they are able to overrun the lane, push it down, and will be able to find a tier 1 tower themselves as Crystallize heads straight up to top and has no interest of being around it. Roger will actually come down to pick up some levels, but he is definitely going to be on his own for a while. Yeah, they get the snowball across him. Roger may have made a bit of a mistake coming in. There are going to be mass TPs, in fact. Na'Vi, they want to fight Roger. He's going to be fine. They can look towards RTZ. RTZ gets the song off in time. Does he have he doesn't have a TP though. We'll see if they're able to close with a Time Walker to Chrono, but it looks like they, yeah, just a little too far away. So EG get away, but Na'Vi actually managed to keep that tier 1 tower alive, which we see a lot of teams sort of just let it be and let it go down, but Na'Vi say no, we want to keep control, make sure it's a lot harder for EG to invade the map. But look at this aggression.
This might be setting up the next exorcism here. DP's also nearby.
And look how close they are to one another. RTZ and Misery. They do not expect this wraparound at all. This is incredibly smart from Na'Vi. RTZ heading into the sidelines. TP coming in from Sumail, but he still does not have that Ravage. Look at the silence onto RTZ. RTZ still continues to back up on the side, though. Dendi gets caught out. EG Sumail finds him. Roger will jump over the bow strap, but I think Na'Vi may have dove a little bit too deep now because EG, they're ready in full force to find the return play and get those kills. Roger cut down as well by the Riptide. And what looked to be starting off to looks like a smart movement. It seemed that EG were ready in the long run. The TPs came through, no hesitation. They didn't even need Ravage. Ravage is still going to be there for the next play. EG get 3 kills.
Man, look how much vision they had in that area, too. Still not able to secure that. Definitely not a good sign here for Na'Vi. Some good plays, but that's kind of what Fear was waiting for, you know? He's just kind of hoping for this moment where he can actually just pounce. He hit a rough lane, and the farm speed isn't that great, but with that helm, with that level 6, he's very good at grabbing these aggressive creeps. You know, he doesn't care about catapults. The whole time he's been playing these Lycans, he's getting the Centaurs, he's getting the Trolls, and he's going for kills.
Slowly, surely making that recovery this game. I mean, now he is on par with Crystallize's farm.
DP has set up top, though, with the Exorcism, backed up by the Witch Doctor. And yeah, we're going to pop it. So, time to see if EG want to try and mount another defense here.
Their eyes on Roger down bottom. Fear to move in, get that root off, but close the gap. Towards top.
That's a DD run too. Yeah.
This wraparound for Sumail. Sumail's actually come in on the top, starting to play around with them. He's going to get chronoed straight away, though. They're trying to eliminate him before any sort of threat happens, and they'll get it. Sumail maybe overestimating his sort of survivability with that Tide Hunters. He knew the heroes were there, vaulting straight up to the high ground from low ground without vision, and it cost him his life.
Oh, and look at that. Seneko instantly dewards the board.
Oh,
get the deny.
Oh. Tier 1 does still stand at the top. I'll be able to finish it off here. Feel this location with the eliminate. In general, level 8. Start pulling RTZ a little bit. Level 7 on the Naga Siren. 2.4k towards Relic. Phase Radiance Rush.
And despite a disadvantageous lane for the Night Stalker, he's doing relatively well. He's almost caught up to Fear. He's into that big second nighttime, and he's going to go for a set of drums here to try and enable himself and his full team if they can get some stuff done before the 16th. Now, we haven't discussed it yet, but also we have the Night Stalker countering the Keeper of the Light, but we also have the Lycan at the same time. So it was kind of a shitty pick and a situation for Na'Vi. You're like, okay, well, we can't. Howl starts getting, it's become more difficult if we're popping them. So it'd be interesting to see if General doesn't pop it for that specific reason.
General, he's found himself a solo kill. The poor old Keeper of the Light out on his own in the middle of the night. But we'll find it. He's going to move across towards Sumail. There's TP's coming in again. Sumail,
the Ravage.
He is entirely on his own. He does have the Hood. It's going to back him up a little bit, but it looks like team, no response from the team. They are almost certainly going to dive the tower for this as Na'Vi realize that PG let him down. Sumail just dying on as Na'Vi playing is down. Whatever.
I mean, this deep. No way, I'm fine. Push mid, get lanes.
Na'Vi will be able to finish off that. Up top, fortification popped, and Na'Vi continuing this wraparound back towards mid. Seneko and Roger leading the way.
Yeah, look at the posture, they know where they're coming from.
Crit and Fear could maybe look to try and take a chance, but with General there as well, it would be a little bit questionable. So Crit are indeed keeping themselves hidden. Side of it, trying to hide up. We'll take down the Helmet of the Dominator creep.
I like that with the burrow strike too, because he was kind of thinking about a play, I think, where, you know, I'll be able to get a net with my ulti. Can we get a kill set up here? Finally a bit of space for Misery down bot, so we can get a little bit of pushing action there.
Space for Arteezy as well, to be fair.
Oops.
Close to that relic now. So he's had that space, yeah, he's got enough money for the relic. So Radiance is going to be there at very reasonable timing for this Naga Siren. Have to see, it's been a long time really since I've got to see a core Naga go to work. Yeah. We'll have to see the sort of impact that the Radiance illusion push is going to have on a lineup like Navi's. Can these heroes deal with Naga Siren shoving in multiple lanes, farming jungles at the same time? It sort of begs to...
It doesn't look good, no, I would say.
It has the potential to be very scary for Navi.
It's secure quite a bit here, and as we move closer and closer to that 16-minute mark, as we're going to start transitioning back to the daytime, I wouldn't say they've gotten that much done in this period, the Night Stalker, but it's also a time when everyone on his team is still farming up those core items. They might not be strong enough to go into the Rosh Pit yet, so they're just hanging around, hoping for a couple more pickoffs. Dumail kind of been the target for him so far.
Alright, looking towards him again. Roger straight in with the Burrow Strike. Maledict upon him. They'll put the Death Ward. They need everything to bring down this Tyrant, and there should be enough. A lot of damage coming into him for Maledict. He's going to try and TP back, but the damage is too much. Roger gets the final touch. Another death for Sumail. I mean, as I was saying, Sumail has been having some great games this land, so I absolutely understand Na'Vi. They just want to shut him down. They want to make sure they get the kills on him so that Sumail has a hard time to have an impact this game.
There is a wolf in the pit, and the Sentry doesn't see it, but unlikely to have an impact here.
General actually finding Arteezy to the side, but maybe at the same time sort of ganking the play from EG. He may not even go down if he could do this one around. It is night time. He's pretty speedy. He's actually going to look to try and get the kill with him. He gets the kill. I think he's going to get out. He is. General takes down Arteezy underneath the noses of Crit and Misery. He should indeed fall to Fear. Surely he can't get himself out of this one as the wolves chase him. He's trying his best. He's pretty damn speedy, but the shot's not going to reach General. Surely he dies here. The Necro unit's chasing him as well.
15 armor.
He's trying his best. He can't quite make it. Fear will claim the kill, but absolutely worth it for Na'Vi. They take down Arteezy and they get Roshan without any sort of contest from Evil Geniuses.
Under a second left until he had that flight. But yeah, 100% worth it. But we do continue to have a relatively even game in terms of the net worth.
It's all about this Arteezy now in terms of EG's powerhouse. And Fear, of course, as well. He did have that very tough time in the mid lane, but look at this man's net worth. He's first on the board for EG, only slightly behind the Death Prophet now. So a very impressive sort of just composure from Fear, the classic Lycan, head to the jungle. Get involved for the easy kills, but make sure that you can recover. And he absolutely has. This Lycan still going to be a definite threat. And we've seen it already a couple of times this land. Fear on his Lycan, seeming to be, I'd say, the best hero that he's performed on.
Yep, sure. We do have our Battle Fury done for Crystallize. That's his big item of the game. I don't know how I feel about the Battle Fury of this game, to be honest. Obviously, it's very good against a lot of summons, like Lycan. It's very good up against these illusions, so we need something to deal with it. But is it going to be like fast enough? Like, could he have done more?
I think you do need it because it's illusions and summons.
It's the meta. It's the time, but you kind of wonder about that opportunity cost of putting in so much money into something that comes so late. Like, could they have actually pressured more with some earlier items? Maybe he could have went like something faster and then Shadow Blade a bit earlier, and then you could be killing this Naga again before the Radiance is actually done. Whereas they got that one kill from the Night Stalker at the at the near point during this recipe, but it looks like Arteezy is going to safely make his way to the rest of that gold. So those are the kind of things where Battle Fury takes away from your heroes in those moments.
Sure. Yeah, there's no denying Arteezy has been having all the space in the world. After sort of those initial deaths in the laning stage, he has hit his item timings for sure. And he gets in, the Radiance is going to be complete. Oh, have to grab that haste rune. Brit. Liking the itemization as well from the Night Stalker. Going straight for the Heaven's Halberd. This was going to be brilliant in the fights as it pretty much render Fear useless for a good few seconds of his shapeshift. Get it nailed down onto the Lycan that disarm.
And let the game begin for EG.
Here becomes the farm game. Radiance Naga versus Battle Fury Void.
And what's truly terrifying about it is that Lycan can just explode and destruct. You know, you play against this Naga and these illusions, and you look at this lane that's close to your tower, some tier 2, some tier 3, and you're like, okay, well, it's just creeps. We'll go back there in 20 seconds. in 10 seconds. But then suddenly this Lycan comes out of the fog, he ults, he pops his Necro Book, and he destroys the buildings before he can even get there. So playing with their glyphs is going to be super important for Na'Vi this game.
Smoke on smoke. Na'Vi on the
tower won't last.
tower. He's going to... Yep, Crick gets the chance to snuff. Trying to pull him back. He does have the second, but he'll try and there from RT.
Okay, that is Song.
And that is Sumail. He's in. Ready to blow. Catches. Pops the Aegis straight away. They'll look towards Roger. Roger gets the burrow strike up to the high ground. He'll be fine. General backs away. Crystallize as well. Should be fine for the second time round as they do look to retreat. Meanwhile, Fear looking for the rats on the top lane. Pushing in onto the tier 2 tower. EG continuing to chase. They have their eyes on Seneko. Well, top lane, Dendi actually setting up, playing around with this Lycan. Na'Vi might be able to get the kill. They put the epicenter to follow through, but it's enough damage for shift. Put her in a red. Guns forward, 2-man chrono. I think it's going to be, it's only between the two of them. There's not much Na'Vi can do off the back of. It's got to be careful, and Illuminate's going to be flying, and he has to get out of there. He'll do it through the grave. He's out of the game. Crystallize is being rooted up. He's also hidden. He's got the Shadow Amulet standing in place. EG do not have detection. They won't be able to catch him, so Crystallize will survive. Overall, EG getting the kills, Fear managing to stay alive, and a lot of big ults being used by Na'Vi there to no success, not getting anything out of the side of EG.
You could see it. He jumped in around that tier 2 in the mid lane, and that instant hesitation. You know, he can't throw this chrono. He's like, can I even hit these 2 heroes? Do I want to chrono these 2 heroes? And then from there, once that jump's revealed, once the ploy is out from Na'Vi, that's when EG can start to play. They get the song, they get the Ravage, and Fear does what he does best. He just rats away in a game where it's just going to be constantly this from EG.
So this is the scary thing for Na'Vi. You sort of blink for a second or look away from a lane, and bam, Lycan takes the structures. They have to be prepared for it. And they tried their best there, as you saw. Yule set up into the epicenter, but still not quite enough damage. Roger trying to come in. He desperately wants to clear up some of the army of units. He will get a fair few of them. Could be beating EG back in here. Don't have their ultimates, Na'Vi. It's a hard fight for them to take. We'll see how they can go about it. Dendi falling low. In fact, they're going to go straight onto him with the snowball. Yules himself up. Roger's going to take the Warrior's Punch to the backside. Crystallize moving in. Still no Chronosphere, though, of course. They're going to lose Roger. Crystallize has to time walk away. He'll be fine, but a bit of an awkward attempt there from Na'Vi. Their lineup very reliant on having their ultimates at this stage of the game to fight. Nonetheless, they decided to run back into EG and ended up feeding the life of the Sand King.
I think they feel that it's the same way for EG, and they know that they need to win engagement, so like this is still a good opportunity for SWeep to try something. But then Crystallize is like, oh yeah, but I'm a faceless void. Like, that hero, especially when you have nothing but Battle Fury, is just going to feel so weak without
Chrono.
Yeah.
It's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
A slightly delayed Radiance there is points out, but of course he was aggro trying, and he got killed a couple times, so definitely understandable.
I mean, it's not the fastest, but at the end of the day, you know, even though it's 2 minutes later than the faster ones, you know it's still, as long as you're getting after the 20-minute mark, it's always going to pay for itself in terms of how much you can achieve in terms of the farm that he's picking. We see that at the moment, both him and Fear, top 2 net worth. Well, of course, stands the objectives that they've been able to claim at this stage of the game, which is still relatively young, just 22 minutes into this one, 11-9, EG with that 4K gold lead at the moment.
And think of your EG right now, and you just look at where these waves are, and you just say to yourself, okay, if my Coddle is up top, he can pull someone in, like the Lycan, and he can just start doing his thing up there, and instantly some building is gone if they just mess up for a second from Na'Vi. Or the Naga can just Boots of Travel in somewhere else. He can just go one place, place down Illusion, start pushing in the wave, and then be teleported up to the top, either by the Coddle, or you can use the Boots of Travel, and then start pushing in that wave. It just kind of starts to feel impossible unless you get these big ganks. You have to break this like big combo chain that EG have going. Crystallize's going to try that here with the Shadow Blade. Oh, that's a good hero.
He's coming across, Roger. Gets the burrow strike to open up some out. Actually going to pop the Ravage. Only catches onto the base of his void, and it's not going to be enough to kill him. He's able to time walk off. Fear comes forward. And he'll be able to silence something like him, but Crystallize, he's in trouble. The rest of EG turn up, and Crystallize is down. Around a little too deep in EG's half of the map to get away with anything. To avoid like that, it's going to keep Crystallize further and further behind in the much sort of equalize the power and net worth that both Arteezy and currently sits at 2.5k behind them. Difference is going to get even greater if keep attempting for unsuccessful plays like Na'Vi.
You can tell it was a real desperation play because there wasn't even vision set up. Like they were going in completely blind.
Yeah. I think it's best to play around with them here. They just make it out. Burrow strike into tree lines. Sandstorm TP's out. Mid lane, Fear, ready to push him with the ultimate. John slowing him down. Alive they can. They'll be able to force the Lycan back. Seneca's able to get himself back to base. Still, more and more map being taken over by EG. See in this game. And Na'Vi, they do have this line. They do have a Death Prophet. And still themselves unable to pressure any tier 2s. And it's getting to the point where they may just have to wait and try and take the EG sort of force. Na'Vi just play the benefit of the ground, trying to get some runners. Do have the Cleated Shadowblade on Void, so there's definitely potential to find that opening, but it's going to be hard with the way that EG are playing. Very much separated up. We've very rarely seen more than 3 heroes together. Plays Fear, RTZ farming opposite sides of the map, which makes it very hard for Na'Vi to decide where they move, who they want to try and make a play on. Never going to get both of these cores in a fight.
And if you pop that darkness again, you're dealing with this massive howl. He has reached level 16. They're there. 4 points. So good luck ganking someone. That thing gets popped up there with a double value at night. RT closing in. It's pretty much the Alchemist build at this point, honestly. Naga's dead for so long. This is a Naga doing the Alchemist build.
I mean, so I was going to talk to you about this as well. So, as I said, I've not seen Core Naga in terms of pro games for quite a while. So, is there a reason he got straight for the Octarine rather than the Manta? Does he just work out better in terms of farming
value
with the lower cooldown on Mirror Image, those illusions being obviously a lot better, a lot more in terms of the stuff?
Yeah.
Time compared to Manta illusions.
I think there would be some players who would probably still go for the Manta just because of the value in this game up against the Night Stalker as well as the Death Prophet. He's feeling pretty safe. They're definitely ratting enough that they're pretty much dodging all engagements anyway, so that's not really his main concern, I would say.
Yeah, I guess that's, because he's not really in a position where he's threatened by any sort of silence from the...
So much backup this game. Waves are actually surprisingly pushed. I would say for the Radiant at the current moment, they actually look kind of okay.
Best to try and shove out top. It's got that Halberd complete, crystallized, and just
goes and misses.
Yeah, that a magic immunity definitely for the fights if he wants to answer getting.
Look at this BKB and MKB queued up. That's a fun game for a Void, you know. He needs this BKB 100% so that he can't get blasted out of the Chrono. Like, there's no question at this point, and it will help him through the Ravages and everything, but
I mean, once he does have those 2 items, it's definitely going to be scary. EG, of course, whilst Na'Vi are elsewhere on the map, get the Roshan. I should pick the Aegis on Samel as well. Again, I guess it sort of goes back down to what we've been saying. RTZ, Fear, they've never really been in any sort of danger. It's been Samel really that's died the most out of the course because Na'Vi have put a lot of hate towards him. General gets caught out top. Bottom lane crystallized, making a go here. They do Death Wall from Nico, and with Maledict's on him, RTZ will certainly go down. That's the sort of tried and tested combo that we've seen over the Aegis, Chronosphere, Death Ward. Not a lot that can fly through that.
Yeah, it's definitely the only way they have a chance of killing him is with the Shadowblade and when they see heroes in opposite parts of the map. But the way that EG would still be able to safely take that Roche despite no pickoffs or anything like that, again, it comes back to the way that EG pushes compared to the way that Na'Vi, they're visible. You know, they have nothing that can, he can't send illusions to push any waves. It's either a Void standing on a creep wave, a Night Stalker standing on a creep wave, or a Death Prophet standing on a creep wave. You're like, okay, that hero is not at Roche. Let us go.
This, Roger trying to rev up the edge. He had the micro, he had the units upon him. Roger could not close the gap. Potential wasted, and Roger's life also in severe danger. He's not going to be able to get the chance to blink out after the Yules as Fear turns that gank around.
Oh, beautiful. I sure suited. Perfect. Falls into Nico with an alien.
He'll be a little careful, yeah. Not quite enough damage here to finish kill. Quite the game indeed. And 6-8 lead, but definitely looking to be very much more comfortable in their hands in terms of their 2 cores. RTZ and Fear still growing pretty much untouched with the network. The farm that these heroes have, they are going to be an issue for Na'Vi to take control of. Snake-O.
They have the Ravage. There's no song.
Yeah, this is that
Our Octarine core here. Courier starts heading to that dire secret shop. Oh, okay, RTZ will just go there.
Good time. But I'm just impressed that Fear's keeping up with Radiant's Naga.
Also true.
He is farming like an absolute beast. Here we go. The base, forcing out fortification. Oh, hello. Out behind us. It says he's found himself Roger, and Roger.
Desperate times.
A lot of difficulties there.
Desperate measures. And,
no buyback on that Sand King. No Sand King for 50 seconds. They absolutely can go for try for a high ground push. He's going to pick up the gem. Geo going to expand just the past amounts of control they have. Secret poising himself, looking for a current bit, but he really had to get something miraculous. Oh no, Roger's just done this, General. You can't follow suit as he just goes around the back again. No, I mean, he's down as well. He just happily turn and take it.
He just wanted to be buried next to his buddy.
I guess that he's trying to sort of, pull the creep wave away from the bait. Well, trying to do his best to slow it down.
Look at those big green arrows on the mini-map, though. Oh, pushing in. Slow Naga push.
Fear down bottom. Don't have to sleep on middle as RTZ allows the space for Fear to just go ham down bottom. This sleep, meaning that as soon as they wake up, Rax down bottom. Crystallize will come in with a 2-man chrono, pops the BKB, has a good amount of damage onto RTZ, but the Glimmer Cape should keep him fine as well as him back up. As bottom lane just got absolutely cleared up by Fear. This is the horror and power of EG's lineup, that sleep Lycan combo. There's literally no way to play around it. If RTZ gets 3 or 4 heroes in the sleep, your racks are gonna go down.
It just felt like such a, I don't know, the way you knew this game was gonna go. If they didn't explode like crazy from Na'Vi, it's just, I don't know how they have any answer to this. It was clearly a very well prepared strategy. It has like ready in their book where like if the opening of our opponents does not feature any wave clear or anything, the first 3 heroes or so, we just whip this out. Like, okay, what are you gonna do now?
I mean, I really think you got to think twice before letting EG have. I mean, Lycan for definitely one thing, but then having the Lycan and the Naga Siren, that's.
Yeah, well, especially the Tusk, honestly.
I mean, Crit Tusk. I think he's had loads of games as well where he's been allowed to have it. He's very. Seem to be in the sort of perfect zone to play Tusk over this and also previous. Yeah, we saw some great stuff from Crit on Tusk. Yeah,
I admire trying game 1 and trying to beat and everything like that, but I would be pretty surprised if they left the Lycan in. I feel like it enables everything even the most. I think Crit can still do a lot of similar things on a lot of position forwards, but the Lycan is just, he has so many different options. Rat, he can also very well, and Fierce just quite excellent.
You go again. Now tried to find was and they do silence onto Fear, but he's already got the shapeshift down. Samel comes in with the control from the Ravage. Crystallize does get the chance to time walk out of it. Then he puts the BKB. He's trying to move in onto Samel. Samel got something into a little too tanky for Dendi to deal with. Na'Vi have to back up. Na'Vi trying to do the best to hold EG off the racks, but Fear comes back in with the walls. Will look to take. Do manage to get the 2-man chrono, but Na'Vi, they've got 2 members that walked into it by the looks of it. Fear's going to get the chance to pop it down. They got crits in with the save. Jumps in, picks him up in the snowball. Will be able to keep Fear alive for now. Chris trying to man up. He has to time walk away. And out of this one, Dendi gets beaten down by Samael. General in the mid lane rooted up, and GG well played is called. It's called much Na'Vi. EG running away with this game very confidently out the back of the lanes. They looked a bit with a huge smile on his face, as that one's got to feel pretty good. Any team gives you Lycan for Fear in this land, as it seems, you're going to have smiles.
It's one thing to like have a good draft that feels synergistic, but it also just had so many straight up counters, you know? Like you have to play Void against Naga, against Ravage, and then you're dealing with this whole Night Stalker Lycan situation. Lycan obviously very advantageous because they're just howling away for tons of HP. Pretty much everything possibly like terrible against the heroes on EG was on the side of Na'Vi. So pretty hard to win a game after that.
I don't know if we'll see any more Fear Lycan if Na'Vi have anything to say about it. I mean, is there anything else you think going into the next game, say from sort of Na'Vi's side of things, that they may change that you felt didn't